Welcome to our channel. Today, we're diving into essential tips to keep your home network secure from cyber threats. We all love our connected devices, but with all this connectivity comes increased risk. That's why it's crucial to take steps to protect our digital lives. In this video, we'll walk you through practical and easy-to-follow tips to bolster your home network security.
Alright, let's start with the foundation of your home network, your Wi-Fi. Think of it as the front door to your digital home. You wouldn't leave your physical front door unlocked, right? The same principle applies here. First things first, change those default settings. When you set up your router, it comes with a default username and password. These are often generic and widely known, making it easy for bad actors to gain access. Log in to your router's settings page. You can usually find the instructions on the router itself or with a quick Google search of your router model. Once you're in, change both the username and password to something unique and strong. I know it's tempting to use password 123, but trust me, we can do better. Next up, let's talk about passwords. A strong password should be at least 12 characters long and include a mix of uppercase and lowercase letters, numbers, and special characters. Now I know what you're thinking. Linus, I can barely remember my own birthday, let alone a 16-character password with symbols. That's where a password manager comes in handy. These tools generate and store your passwords securely, so you only need to remember one master password. With a strong password in place, let's enable encryption. Look for WPA2 or even better, WPA3 encryption in your router settings. WPA3 is the latest and greatest encryption standard, so if your router supports it, definitely use it. And here's a bonus tip. Consider enabling a guest network on your router. This creates a separate network for your guests, isolating their devices from your main network and adding an extra layer of security for your personal data. Keep your router's firmware updated to benefit from the latest security patches and improvements. By taking these simple steps, you can significantly strengthen your home network's first line of defense.
Now that we've got your Wi-Fi network locked down, let's move on to another crucial aspect of home network security: keeping your software updated. Think of your device's software as the walls of your digital home. Over time, cracks and vulnerabilities can appear, and that's where software updates come in. These updates often include security patches that fix those vulnerabilities, preventing cybercriminals from sneaking through the cracks. First and foremost, let's talk about your router's firmware. Router manufacturers regularly release firmware updates that address known security vulnerabilities and improve overall performance. Most modern routers have a built-in update feature, so check your router's settings page and look for a firmware update or software update section. Click that update button and let the router do its thing. Next up, let's not forget about all the devices connected to your network. Your computers, smartphones, tablets, smart TVs, and even those internet-connected light bulbs. They all need regular software updates to stay protected. For your computers, whether you're on Windows, Mac OS, or Linux, make sure automatic updates are enabled. For your smartphones and tablets, both Android and iOS have automatic update options as well. And don't forget about those smart devices. From smart TVs to home security cameras, these devices often receive software updates as well. Think of it as a digital hygiene routine. It's a simple but effective way to stay one step ahead of those pesky cyber threats.
Let's talk passwords, those digital keys that grant access to our online lives. We've already covered the importance of a strong and unique password for your Wi-Fi network, but the same principle applies to all your online accounts. Avoid using the same password for multiple accounts. If one of your accounts gets compromised and you're using the same password everywhere, the bad guys now have access to everything. Instead, create unique passwords for each of your online accounts. A strong password should be at least 12 characters long and include a mix of uppercase and lowercase letters, numbers, and special characters. Remembering a dozen different 16-character passwords sounds daunting, but this is where password managers come to the rescue. These handy tools generate and store your password securely, so you only need to remember one master password to access your entire password vault. Avoid using personal information that can be easily guessed, like your birthday or your pet's name. Steer clear of common words or phrases, even if they're disguised with substitutions like P at $$ word. Hackers have sophisticated tools that can easily crack these types of passwords. Instead, aim for a random combination of characters, or better yet, let your password manager generate a strong and unique password for you. Use strong, unique passwords for all your online accounts, and consider a password manager to keep them organized and secure. By taking these steps, you'll be adding an extra layer of protection to your online identity.
Let's talk about network encryption. Encryption scrambles the data transmitted over your network, making it unreadable to anyone trying to intercept it. Think of it as shrouding your data in a cloak of secrecy, protecting it from prying eyes. Remember when we talked about securing your Wi-Fi network and enabling WPA2 or WPA3 encryption? Well, that's one form of network encryption, but it's not the only one. Many online services, like websites and apps, use encryption to protect your data in transit. Look for HTTPS in the website address bar. That S at the end stands for secure and indicates that the website is using encryption to protect your data. Similarly, many apps use encryption to secure your communications and transactions. When you send data over an encrypted connection, it's transformed into a jumbled mess of characters that's impossible to understand without the proper decryption key. This key is like a secret code that unlocks the encrypted data, making it readable again. Encryption protocols like WPA2 and WPA3 use complex algorithms to encrypt and decrypt data, ensuring that only authorized devices with the correct credentials can access your network and the information flowing through it. Imagine sending sensitive information like your credit card details over an unencrypted network. It would be like writing that information on a postcard and sending it through the mail. Anyone could intercept it and steal your information. Encryption prevents this by making your data unreadable to anyone without the decryption key. Always check for the HTTPS in website addresses, especially when entering personal or financial information. By understanding how encryption works and ensuring that you're using it whenever possible, you can significantly enhance your home network security.
Let's dive into another crucial aspect of home network security: monitoring connected devices. Think of this as regularly checking the guest list for your digital home, making sure only authorized devices are connected and kicking out any unwanted visitors. Most modern routers have a built-in feature that allows you to see a list of all the devices currently connected to your network. This list usually includes the device name, its IP address, and sometimes even the MAC address, a unique identifier assigned to each device. Take some time to familiarize yourself with the devices that regularly connect to your network: your computer, smartphone, tablet, smart TV, and so on. Once you have a baseline, you can easily spot any unfamiliar devices that might indicate an intruder. If you see an unfamiliar device on your network, don't panic just yet. It could be a guest's phone or a new smart device you recently connected. However, if you can't identify the device, it's time to investigate further. Start by trying to identify the device based on its name or IP address. If that doesn't yield any results, try searching online for the IP address. If you've exhausted all your investigative options and still can't identify the device, it's best to err on the side of caution and block it from your network. Most routers allow you to block devices by their MAC address, effectively banning them from accessing your network. One common culprit is an unsecured Wi-Fi network. If your network isn't password protected or uses weak encryption, it's like leaving your front door wide open. Anyone can waltz right in. Regularly monitoring your connected devices is like having a security guard for your network. By keeping an eye on who's coming and going, you can quickly identify and address any potential security risks.
So there you have it, our top tips to secure your home network from cyber threats. Remember, in today's hyper-connected world, network security is not a luxury, it's a necessity. By taking these simple but effective steps, you can significantly reduce your risk of becoming a victim of cybercrime and protect your digital life. Thanks for watching. Make sure to like, subscribe, and hit the bell icon for more tech tips and cybersecurity advice. And remember, stay safe out there in the digital world.